All right. Whew. What am I doing here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I zoomed out. There I am. Good evening to all the fans in internet land. Welcome to another Headlines and Headaches on voiceitradio.com via Facebook, via social media. My name is Larry H. Gardner, and the H stands for happy to be a Cavaliers fan, Cleveland Cavaliers fan. The Cleveland Cavaliers last night, as early as of March 5th of last night, with a close but yet close win against the somewhat undermanned Miami Heat, with Bam Adebayo of the Heat scoring 34 points. Cleveland Cavaliers, at the record of 52 wins, 10 losses, have secured a playoff spot. First team in the NBA to secure a playoff spot, meaning that they secure the top six in the East, even though they're number one in the East and they're number one in the NBA pretty much overall. But since out of the 82 games, there's only 62 games left. Out of the 62 games, the Cavaliers won. Yeah, you do the math. So the Cavaliers will have to keep going to secure the top seed in the East. They are 8 games ahead of the world champion Boston Celtics, and it is what it is. Also, before I talk about the stuff that happened this past weekend, I would just like to remind everybody it's a little bit balmy outside, even though it was nice yesterday. The snow has come back in one last gasp. A little couple of slippery places on the ground, but you don't have to worry about that here in Cleveland. 22 degrees. I am in my home, warm and cozy, to talk to you guys, the studio audience that have listened. If you listened earlier to my interview with Joshua Edmonds today, I would like to say thank you very much for supporting that particular interview and listening to them say Joshua Edmonds is the CEO of Digital C. So in that mind or mindset, I would like to thank you very much for being here. The update on my mother, Miss Anita France, she is doing well. I saw her today. She is at a rehabilitation center, and she is fine. She is fine at this particular point in time. She is one that she was doing very okay. She thanks you very much for the well wishes that you have sent out, and we all thank you as far as my sister Sharisa and myself and other family members. Thank you for the well wishes for my mother. Okay, I'm having a little bit of problem with this past week. First, Zelensky, President Zelensky of Ukraine came in to visit with Vice President J.D. Vance. Where has that house cat been? Uh, Probably at the scratching post in the Oval Office, and President Donald Trump, aka Elon Musk employee. So they've been here. They were talking about peace. Trump and Russia President Vladimir Putin. I don't know. You call them bosom buddies. Bro and bros. I don't know what it is with them. Seem close, and it is what it is. Zelensky, his country is at war with Russia. Now, history says that Ukraine broke away from Russia, and Russia wants Ukraine back. It's pretty much like Russia's giving stalkerish vibes with violent tendencies at this particular point in time. So, and Ukraine just wants to be left alone to be Ukraine. We have our own president. We have this. We don't want Putin at all. And JD tried to be tough. I don't know. Like, the thing about it is, like, I mean, I've seen tougher growls from dogs when they are hungry. JD's trying to be done with Zelensky. Trump is not is saying is pretty much saying, well, you're going to cause World War III. No, you're going to cause World War III because of what you're doing. And I'm talking about the orange one. I'm not talking about Zelensky. All Europe after the meeting, European nations. By the way, Trump said Zelensky wasn't wearing a suit. He wasn't, but he's the head. He leads the military, so he was in military gear. So the layoffs continue for federal employees, up to 550,000 now in the United States of America. Some of other departments may or may not be shut down. They're talking about cutting Medicare, Medicaid, and I'm not even like before I get into this the so-called town hall address that Trump tried to put on. Let me just say this: that I am disappointed in the Democrats that voted to censure uh, Congressman Al Green, or a Democrat, who decided to interrupt Trump's speech and say that he was this, he was that, calling Trump out. Everybody held up little signs and had stuff like resist, or this lady said this is not normal. A Republican senator threw that away, snatched it from her, threw it away. Al Green had the guts to say something. And all Democrats, after Al Green was thrown out, by the way, Al Green looked like one of them old school people that you don't mess with, old man strength. Al Green, I listen, I'm not messing with you, dog. You can have it. You know, by the way, one of Trump's the Speaker of the House, his aide was pulled over for drunken driving. So what does that tell you? But karma's a mug. But here's my problem with the whole thing. Nancy Cooter, the Democrat of Ohio, voted to censure Al Green. This and a couple other Democrats. I'm not even gonna I put them on my Facebook page. I'm not gonna list them. By the way, them midterms gonna be a mug. Here's my thing. Everybody wants us to have decorum for the presidency and respect the office. Even though the man in charge. Now, there's been times where you don't like a certain particular president. That's true. But then there's this time that we have to respect a 34 time convicted felon whose only goal in life is to destroy the middle class, give his monies, give his buddies tax breaks, and pretty much rule over us like a dictator or a king. No. Then in that case, you don't have to respect that man at all. He is making a mockery of the office for the second time. And now farmers are going to feel the so-called high rate of tariffs, with the U.S. charging 25% to Mexico and 25% to Canada. Now, remember, the United States is the like if this was an Oreo cookie sandwich, the United States is the cream in the middle. We're right in the middle between Mexico and, well, side or middle, how you want to do it, and Canada. Canada's president has said that because of the high tariff things, that Trump is like, we're going to take everything, and they're disciplined. Canadians are disciplined. We're the nicest country, but also we're like this. We're going to tariff you back. And Canada proceed to move all U.S. liquor off their liquor stores. Well, they pay for it anyway. They pay the manufacturer. See, the thing about it is they only pay the tariffs. All you geniuses out there that should have took an economics class, they only pay the tariffs if they sell. So when the U.S. comes to the liquor tariffs of liquor and stuff like that is from overseas, and it's like, Canada can be like Debo. What tariffs? What tariffs? What money? It's my money. Canada can give the bottles of the liquor to the U.S. probably to people in Canadian and stuff like that. Tariffs on all goods and services that either were made or whatever. So everything has to be made in the United States. This is going to hurt the farmers in the United States, especially those that ship internationally to other countries that need it. You're not going to pay for that. And then for companies, like an $80,000 truck is going to go up to 100,000. The annual monthly household income, because of the Trump tariffs, is going to, on goods and services, is going to increase between $1,200 to $4,000. That means the U.S. It comes out our pockets, the consumers of goods, the citizens of the United States of America, including the ones that voted for his stupid ass. Now, lower end. Now, here's the thing. By the way, By the way, how are they going to pay for it if they have no jobs, especially the federal employees? It's like they have no jobs. What are we doing here? Trump has to do all the stuff he said he was going to, that he's done. He's going to have to undo it. By the way, Springfield, Ohio is in a crisis because the undocumented Haitian immigrants Trump is sending back. So now those people, those factories who employ those undocumented immigrants who the Haitians work are going to have to find new employees in Springfield. And a lot of other federal employees and stuff like that. It's not a trade-off. It's just stupid. And we're talking about warehouse workers, factory workers, those things, and they contribute to the gross national product. They contribute to the economy of the United States of America. It seems like the United States is getting advice from a dude that had six bankruptcies. Oh, Trump does have six bankruptcies. My fault. Well, and the thing about it is, and some of you so-called, and I'm not even going to bring a name up here because everybody wants to argue with me about, well, it's the Democrats' fund. The Democrats, the Democrats, the Democrats' fund. The Democrats. Shut up. Shut up. Y'all not blaming Trump or the Republican tricksters at all. Now, I can admit I'm upset with the Democrats, especially those that voted to censure Al Green. But we are dealing with turbulent times. And then Trump wants to cut off his Republican buddies want to call Medicaid and Medicare and all the other crap. And it's like, but you put up a cancer patient who wants to be a Secret Service agent so everybody can applaud. Oh, look, I'm going to be a Secret Service agent. He was a cancer patient. What about the other children that you're cutting off on Medicaid and Medicare? What? So you show us this one thing and we're supposed to clap and act like everything's okay. It's not. Because you don't care. He was just a token. And the parents, you let him use him like that because everybody was supposed to be happy and he survived. Now, I get it. The boy survived, he survived on the debilitating disease and cancer. But the thing about it is, I can clap from my seat. Nobody said other than Marjorie Taylor Greene's crazy ass when she started shouting and doing when Biden was doing it. All I ask for y'all is to be fair. Some of you can't be fair because you too zombied into thinking that it's the Democratic plantation, the Democrats won't go to bed, blah, 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 blah. Like I said before, I'm not saying that you're all wrong. I'm saying that look who's in charge now. The Republican Party has had the White House for over 60 plus years. What have the Democrats done? Hell with Social Security, hell with Medicare, hell with Medicaid, hell with the basic stuff that you need and your mama needed to raise your black ass. And now you want to say it's the Democrats' fault. But that benefited all Americans. Aren't you an American? Stupid. Shut up. And then the other person who's mad at me want to talk about my eyesight. I have a disability, which is my eyes. You want to crack on my disability because I called you because I went after your friend on your page for trying to talk ghetto to relate to black people. That's insulting, and I called out his insults. And you, as a black woman should be calling out his insults and say you shouldn't be doing that. But that's your friend. Listen. Anybody that can listen, let me take a deep breath. This country is in the middle of a psychotic episode. Eggs are high, groceries are high, everything high. The only thing that's not high is opportunities for people to make a living wage in this country because we want to cut people off. And then you have these evil demons who justify it, but they're getting their paychecks, they're getting their money, they getting their bag, but you want to cut everybody else off from getting theirs. Well, some of the jobs in government and whatever, man, federal jobs are not useful. Buying an 18-year-old computer hacker. Listen, you can't, I'm tired of it. You want to cut people off on the IRS during the IRS season. You want to do all this and that, but you want to tell me how to run my ish. Okay. Okay. Here's my problem with some of you. Here's my absolute positive problem with some of you who still think this is okay. It isn't. Y'all are like, I can't say stupidity. I can, like, you can say stupidity, mental illness, Stockholm syndrome, whatever. But somewhere there's a light has to click, like something is awry, something not right. You can't be that brainwashed in the head. Or if brainwashing is one thing, but even the brainwashed people have an epiphany. Some of y'all are just plain evil. I said it. Some of y'all like chaos. When somebody gets fired, as far as being a federal employee, other people cheer that because they probably weren't qualified for those positions. And I get it. There's a little bit of hate there. But to see people to cry over to celebrate human suffering is diabolically sick. And some of you love doing that because, and I'm calling out the United States. Those who voted for him and still think this is right. Now, those who voted for him and lost federal jobs, they're seeing the light. Oh, click, I ain't getting that paycheck no more. I got to file for unemployment. Oh, damn. Wait. Yikes. No. Yep. But that's your man's, right? That's your man's. That's who you voted for. That's your man's. It's your man's. Now, Trump's your man. I'm sticking with Trump. Kamala don't know what race she is. Blah, 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 blah. She a woman. She don't understand. Trump's strong. But yes, but that's your man's, right? But that's your man's. That is your dude. That is your savior. That is your guy. That's your savior. Mm-hmm. He trying to drag you to hell right along with him. I'm not going. I told you I'm not listening. Like I said before, I'm not going. And those Democrats that voted to censure Al Green, y'all no worse than he is. And I hope when the midterms come around, y'all lose y'all seats to Chinese monkeys. I'm just saying, y'all lose your seats to them. I don't care what's going on. Y'all need to lose your seats. So, mm, 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 mm. Mm-mm-mm. The reason why I'm on the world, like the reason why I start, like I'm not saying that. Yes, exactly what I'm saying. Let me stop. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Cutting everything to feeding, like you're feeding the rich that don't do nothing, cutting off from the poor, cutting the U.S. AID, cutting that stuff and cutting everything else, the air traffic control, cutting pretty much federal. Y'all more trying to kill the middle class. Like, y'all want the rich to live in these 15, 16 room houses and the poor to live in tents and sleep in the cold and build and sleep in small houses. Y'all want to cut aid for housing. Y'all want people to be homeless and broke. You voted for them. You're going to be one of those people. Some of you are too broke were too broke to vote for Trump. because you needed those services. Can you pay a $42,000 if you get hurt or if you tear something? Can you pay a $42,000 medical bill out of your pocket? Do you have that in your bank account? If the answer is no, then you should have never voted for Trump. If your car, if your can you pay high prices on everything? If the answer is no, you should have never voted. You should have voted for Kamala. The taxes, the tariffs are the taxes, and now you're going to be paying higher for goods and services. Trump still ain't low. He's like, on the first day when I get in the office, I'm going to lower the prices of eggs. Now, what he's saying, I can't control the price of eggs. He just simply lied to you. This con man con most of y'all again, and y'all feeling the and you who voted for him, y'all feeling the effects. Here's the problem: the rest of us got to be dragged with you, and I don't think that's fair. I did my part. I did my part. I voted for my interests. I voted because we need the country to heal, and not vote for somebody that doesn't care. The only person that he cares about is himself. I did my part, and pardon my French, y'all ain't do fucking shit. Y'all did something, but y'all turned this into a whole ass shit show and don't want to admit it. But y'all steadily standing by this dude.
All right. Yeah, just slide that in.
What about the transgender people? What about them giving their rights? Oh my gosh, shut up. Some of you Republicans probably got a gay cousin somewhere around here somewhere. Listen, some of you probably living a double life. Some of the people that are against transgender people that don't believe in the rights of the LGBTQIA, they jump in and out they're jumping in and out the closet like a pair of clothes. And shoes. Just saying. Y'all got more skeletons in the closet than a freaking graveyard. So don't come and say it was just about dad to protect the children and stuff like that. Meanwhile, y'all not feeding the children. We protecting the children for the transgenders. What about free school? What about free lunch for the kids? Screw that. Okay. So we're quote unquote protecting them from sexuality, but the basic needs as far as food and healthcare they don't get. Oh God. That's stupid. This is the reality part. This is the FAFO part about this administration. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. It ain't been a whole 90 days. It ain't been a whole 90. It ain't been 6 months. It's like he got sworn in January. It's March. We talking about the world coming to the United States coming to a screeching halt, and every single enemy that has the United States on its particular target, like the store that we should be boycotting soon. By the way, the Amazon boycott starts tomorrow from 7th to the 14th. Is how can I put it to you? Is crazy. If you had an employee, if you're a business owner, and I'm talking to my business owner out there, if you had an employee and your employee was screwing up like this, when you fire him in the first 90 days, hell, you probably wouldn't fire him in the first week. Please. For those Democrats that censured Al Green, could y'all do me a favor and start the impeachment process right now? I don't think we got to wait another year and a half to 2 before midterms to start this right now. If you can't, now, I know some of y'all are lobbying to keep your seats. Some people retiring. Mitch McConnell about to be executed. But there's a thing. I still don't like Mitch McConnell. I don't care. Unless he turned into a complete angel and says he was wrong and admits everything else like that, that we all been duped. I don't care. Kiss my ass. Sick of this, man. But what do I know? I'm just a disabled black man who's legally blind and collects Social Security and lives in a small apartment, ranting and raving. What do I know? I know how the courage to speak up and speak out like Al Green. I ain't talking about the singer. Like Al Green should, like speaking of which, Al Green should have threw hot grits on JD Vance. Love and happiness, you house cat. Where has JD been at? He's talking about his speech is 90 minutes. I don't know if I can do that. Well, JD, well, JD or just dumb Vance, if your boy up there, decides to, choke on a Big Mac and keel over, I'm not wishing that on him. Hint, hint. Um, if Trump decides to just go ahead and just JD, you had to do the speeches. You would have to sit up there for 90 minutes and do the speeches and talk about the state of America. The one thing that is good about that, and I didn't see, I watched Roland Martin's thing. I had my other show. I didn't see the thing. I saw bits and pieces of it. Somebody was like, what was Trump lying about? A lot. He was lying a lot. By the way, hmm, hmm, hmm. What was that? Whew. What else was I like? The thing about it is like, what else was I talking about? Like, I didn't lose my train of thought. I think I was just tired. I'm just sick of it. Oh, by the way, if you're, oh, by the way, Elon Musk, the muskrat. Yes, the muskrat. Uh, it was good to see him, in a suit. Besides the devil horns he usually wears to the Oval Office. Just saying. Mm. Like he looks like a demon version of a grunge rock singer. Every time he steps in there with that dark "Make America Great Again" baseball cap, like Elon is the richest man in the world. It looks like he doesn't bathe. Just saying. So, oh yeah, it's been that way. So, so it's like I'm trying to not lose my head, but at the same time, it's what matters is like this is a sick world, very sick. So, and I know that they're trying to stop me from recording this particular broadcast. I know if you hear some stuff in the background and everything, that's just them doing it. So so that's Russian interference. Vladimir, leave me the fuck alone. Excuse me. Um, Mr. Putin. I'm tired of I'm like it's and the thing about with the meeting with Zelensky is that everybody thought that Al Green stuff was disrespectful as far as the United States. Do you realize that the rest of the European countries hate us? That they probably have a U.S. ban on U.S. citizens coming to visit. That the rest of the countries really, really can't stand us. They cannot They cannot stand us. And China said, we ready to go to war, tariffs, anything. I don't want to, I listen, I don't want to get like, I don't want to see any missiles hitting my apartment. I think I still gotta like I'm eating better. I'm drinking more water. I'd like to see a couple of more years on this earth, at least till Jalen turns graduates from high school. Damn, give me that. He's 12. Give me like 6 more years on this planet. I'm extending my lifespan. You know, I'm thinking about quitting smoking. I'm thinking, but the thing is that y'all this like, and a lot of people are like, by the way, rest in peace to Roy Ayers who died, Gene Hackman and Vanetta Wallace and Angie Stone, who got killed in a car crash. But back to that, it's just it's a lot to think about. I'm like, dang, where are our children's future? I am a father. I do have a child that wants to be an engineer or do something great. Can he be great in this country? Or does he? Or do we have to go somewhere else? Does he have to go like get a citizenship from somewhere else? I'll go to Canada right now. I would love to go to Canada right now. They took my anything, whatever. They got something like that. I can get like, listen, I'll work overseas. I'll do dual citizenship. I'm sick and tired of this. Some Americans may have to live abroad, meaning go have dual citizenship to get away from the madness that is the United States of America. But the problem is, will we be accepted from other countries? Because I ain't living in Russia. Y'all can kiss that. I'm not doing baklava, none of that. I'm sorry. Putin's a monster. I ain't living in no damn Russia. But what about other countries? What about Canada? What about um, the United Kingdom? And here's the thing: the United Kingdom is on Ukraine's side. The whole continent of Europe is ready to go, is ready to roll with. They giving Ukraine weapons to fight Russia. Now Russia better not ask for our help to fight the Ukrainians if that happens. Listen, Trump better not be. We should help Russia. Go. No, you can help them. Go right ahead. You take Ivanka, take the in-laws, take Donald Jr., take Eric. I don't know if I want to take Ben. I don't want to put that kid like that kid's in the Trump family. He probably suffered enough already. Take all those y'all little minions. Take Elon. Take JD. Take RFK's disease behind. Take him over there with you. If you want to help fight Russia, y'all go there. Y'all do that. If y'all make it, I'll take it. If Trump makes it, and I don't want you to be behind nothing. I want you to be on the front line. Now, Trump can make it on the front line against that Ukrainian army. If he tries to even help Russia, I take everything bad I said about him over the past 10 years. Everything. I take everything bad I said about him. Back bad. But Trump's behavior is acceptable, but Al Green's behavior is not. Throw some hot grits on JD. I'm just saying, it's like if that happened. I'm not saying for him to do it. I'm not in encouraging anybody to do it. But if it happens, I can't control what people do. My whole thing with this administration is that you say you want to help American people, but you're trying to run it like a corporation. The United States government is not built like a corporation. It was never supposed to be built by the corporation because the point of the government is like to help its people whenever it needed, help the poor become middle class, help the middle class earn their money. Everybody's supposed to have what is it? Streets paved with gold, a white picket fence, a big old house with 2.35 children, in some cases, eight. And in Canada's case, 20 million. But that's not the point. The point is, or Elon Musk. I think Elon and Nick are competing on how many children they can have. And trying to repopulate us. I think they're trying to repopulate a continent by themselves. But I digress. It's supposed to be for America. It's supposed to be for those people that need the help. We don't want big government in the way, and government spending is too much. But probably the thing about it is like Elon has cut everything that has investigated Starlink and everything else like that. Those bureaus in federal government that was investigating Elon, he's either fired the heads of them or cut back or both. Has helped cut back with the Dodge thing. So he's not helping the American people. He's helping himself not to get in any more trouble. The lies just keep on coming. And they have to stop. Otherwise, America's going to stop. I mean, the thing about it is that the Roman Empire lasted 4,000 years. I mean, the thing about it is the U.S. is getting up to like what? The United States is currently constructed is getting up to 600 to 800, and we've been having these problems all this time with racial discrimination, sexism, and just downright hatred. And we still have these problems from the judicial system to the executive system that people just don't like people because of who you are or the way you breathe. I don't like the way you breathe. I hate you. You can't do that. You're not supposed to. Human decency and morality has been thrown out the window. And now we have somebody that doesn't respect anything or anybody except for him and anybody that's in his tax bracket and leave the rest of America behind. It's sad. Very, very sad. And I know that I said some four little words I shouldn't have, but think about those constituents. Think about your constituents, Amaga, the people that live in the community with me. I heard people, white, white, black, Asian, Mexican, Latin, uh, Japanese, Chinese, North Korean. Every bus, every piece of public transportation, Uber, Lyft that I've been on, every person that I roll with, from the east side to the west side, saying that this is wrong. Farmers going to lose, people are going to lose money. People because of tariffs, people are going to lose money because of what he's done, and people are losing their jobs because of what he's doing with Dodge. And they don't care. That's the same sentiment that they feel like. Now, was it under President Biden when Joe Biden was in office? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But with Trump, this is a 24 nonstop violation of people's rights and ethics, and violation of ethics and rights, which are not only immoral but somewhat downright illegal because we ain't elect Elon to do a damn thing. Trump put him there because Elon bought the presidency for $306 million. That's right. Elon Musk bought the White House with the real live orange puppet. And everybody's trying to cover their tracks. But the American people, no matter if you voted for Trump or not, in the households, in everything, suffering from these tariffs, suffering from everything going on. But some of you will still blame the Democrats all the time. I'm blaming all the Democrats. I'm blaming the Democrats and sit up there and have smoke with me on the internet. But when it comes to the Republicans messing up, they're not there. It's crickets. It's silence. be fair. I criticize both Democrats and Republicans. Do I think the Democrats were wrong for censuring Al Green if they needed to show solidarity with all the signs they was putting up there? Yeah, of course I do. But the thing about it is like I'm going to hop on the other side. Do I think the Republicans were wrong for doing the things that they have done and going about and knowing what Trump is doing is wrong, supporting that just because they want to keep their paychecks in the midterms? Of course I am. I'm an equal opportunity over the line step. I will over the line step on Democrats, Republicans, Independents. Period. Green Party, if they like to think about it. And where is Dr. Jill Stein? Oh, I'm sorry. She gonna pop up another 3.5 years talking about how bad the Democrats are. Won't say nothing about Trump. We'll never say anything about that. And people are talking about, well, I voted for her because I felt like that the vote, like there's nobody for her to work with. She don't want to work with anybody. See, the problem is that you have to pick the right leadership at the right time. Speaking of leadership, going forward, Cleveland City Council chair and the mayor's office is having a little bit of tiff. Cleveland City Council has elected to Mayor Justin Bibb has elected to cut down council's budget. Uh, there's a payout for $600,000 for each council person to get for their wards to clean up and to make sure everything's fine. Justin Bibb has cut that to $329,000, which raised the ire of Cleveland City Council President Blaine Griffin, Councilperson Ward 5 Richard Starr, and a whole bunch of other folks. Cleveland.com has pointed out the hypocrisy of Griffin. Now the thing about it is, like, I don't like seeing my brothers getting torn down that way. Mayor, city council person. If you wrong, wrong. Hopefully, y'all can discuss it and everything else like that. But what I don't need is a quote unquote somewhat prejudice, downright prejudice company like Cleveland.com to talk about what's going on in the Black community. That's why I want you guys to come on this show and other shows and stuff I support. I'll come to you. I went there with Joshua Edwards. I'll come to you. I don't need this in my life. By the way, a lot of people are upset over the Judge Russo's pick for new East Cleveland mayor, which is Dr. Sandra Morgan, will replace Letitia Vaz as the interim mayor of East Cleveland because Mayor Brandon King was suspended due to bribery charges that he has down in Cuyahoga County Court. FBI investigation pending as well on former Mayor Brandon King. My head hurt. I just had to say all that with one simple breath. Now I understand how people feel about Dr. Because they didn't follow the bylaws and the charter and everything else like that. But as a council person or somebody that lives in East Cleveland, as a resident of East Cleveland, y'all gotta care. Y'all really gotta care. Y'all can't let. See, the thing about it is like the day of deceiving people is over. People are too woke, too smart. Some people are too woke and too smart, and some people will not let that down. I am not my ancestors. I will march, but I will cuss you the hell out for reasons far less than what they. I'm not going like all this other stuff. Like, well, they are my ancestors. My grandmother had to do water hoses, whips, chains, and German shepherds. Black folks got pit bulls. Let that sink in. So we can fight dog with dog, whip with whip, words with words, terrorist with terror, whatever you want to do. Here's my problem. We shouldn't be fighting like this as an American people, and we should be more concerned about that. And the people that say that, oh, I'm still proud of what he's doing, but your buddy just got laid off, it's not like, well, it's not me. See, the selfish mentality is it's not me. And you have to have that right to be selfish. But also, other people have that right to speak against your selfishness as well. If you have a right to speak on the selfish, being selfish and saying, thank God it wasn't me and Trump's doing a wonderful job, other people can say, Trump's doing a horrible job and I lost my job. Well, screw you. I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I'm saying. Everybody has a right for that particular moment. You can't take away that right of free speech. Trump did that to Al Green. Now I understand the meeting was disrupted, but the Democrats sat down anyway. And to play that kid like that had cancer, won't be a Secret Service agent. We're gonna put this little black kid up and see what's going on. Listen, y'all, no. Don't have your Republican buddies cut the Medicaid. And you can have more stories like this. See, I don't want to like the thing on this. I don't want to see that. Y'all want to see that. Y'all want something so this, and like I said before, I can see if it was year 2, year 3, his last year. This is the first part. But you know what? I gotta give Trump an A. Because he did what he said he was going to do. He didn't lower shit. And y'all praise him for he conned you guys again. The majority of the country, he conned you guys again. And then you're arguing about the Democrats who don't have control of the White House, the Congress, or the Senate, or the Supreme Court. But it's all the Democrats' fault. No, it's your fault because you felt like as long as it didn't hit me, I'm good, so I can go around here spewing lies and not believing the truth. The truth is that whichever party is in power that's screwing up the country at this particular time, you blame the majority rule. So I'm putting dead set my blame to the Republican Party because you let these MAGA maniacs draw you into the land of the crazy. And Mario Rubio should never speak anymore because while Zelensky and Trump and Vance was talking, Mario Rubio went into his own little sunken place. It was like Homer Simpson going back and forth into the bushes. That me. And the thing about it is like what I'm tired of is that people want to defend crazy. You can't defend crazy or stupid or wrongdoing. You can't defend that. That's why we have judges that determine right from wrong. We elect them too. It's a mess that we sit up here and talk all this tough, like and the Republicans say, and some of the Republicans say, "Well, this is wrong. This is wrong." And then they want to have it. Then when it comes down to the tough talk to Trump, they cower and wither away. And they're hoping when they do something good, it's like Trump pets them like good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog. They're like, thank you, Mr. President, for petting my head. Like I'm less than human because that's what y'all acting like. They're like, dude, gotta stop this. Federal workers, we need these people to run the country. Stuff falling apart, you wonder why. Air crashes come, you wonder why. All this other stuff, and people don't like me because I say the truth. Unfriend me. Fine. I got 499. I got 4,000. 980, 995 people, probably less by the day, more by the day. I still got like over 500 friend requests. I know half of them aren't scammers. So it's like 250 legitimate ones. When I'm at 5,000 friends, I can't add anymore. Now you do the math. So if you want to delete yourself because you're bothered by something I'm saying because it's the truth, there's the door. Don't announce yourself. Don't send me a text. Don't send me a DM. None of that. I'm deleting myself from your page. Bye. When I delete people, I just be like, I'm like Matt Hardy. Delete, delete, delete. By the way, I know it's going to be real. And like speaking of sports, the Chargers released Joey Bosa. from Ohio State defensive lineman. And also, the Philadelphia Eagles released Darius Slay, the cornerback that helped with the Super Bowl. Hope they find Holmes soon. Everybody talked about Shador Sanders, about him being cocky instead of confident. Like, look who his dad is. I mean, Shador gets trained to throw the football by Tom Brady. His father is Deion Sanders, one of the greatest cornerbacks, one of the greatest football players in the time that I was growing up. So if he's still, but the thing about it is, like if he's brooding with success, guess what? That's where he got it from. Now I'm gonna go to a little bit of a curveball for you because right now I'm sick of talking about the White House. It's getting on my nerves. Uh, so into my enjoyment, I like to watch WWE. And I've had people that were fans of WWE on my shows before. So I watched the heel turn by John Cena. You know, him beating up Kobe Rhodes, selling his soul to the final boss, to Rock, all these characters and everything else like that. And what it relates to government is that Cody Rhodes is the champion. We, the people, are the champions. John Cena is Donald Trump. The Rock is Elon Musk. I don't know. So have it at you will. But they said, well, why is he doing it now? Why is he turning heel now? Because he's supposed to retire. He may not retire after this. I mean, the thing about it is like the drama that unfolds in the WWE, you know, enjoy it. But it's funny because everybody talking about, you know, the heel. Like, do I like the heel turn? Yeah, but I just hope that WrestleMania doesn't suck. Because it's in Vegas. Um, another thing. Another thing. Whatever small businesses that you have or whatever stuff that you get up or whatever things that you have, get that. Invest in that. Invest in buildings. Invest in everything. Still invest. Invest with roots. I gave y'all a free plug. Invest in something that would be profitable for you and your family down the line. Just do something that you hadn't done last year. I'm gonna get that business on it. You might want to do it now because the way that the Bible is structured, or any other book that you worship to, whether it's Allah, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, there is also a chapter that calls for the end of time, the end of days. I think we're living in them now. So I'm going to go to church on Sunday. Period. I think we're living in them now. Yeah, we are. So, yeah, I'm good. But make sure that um, dress for the weather. If you're in the city of Cleveland, it's supposed to snow and rain a little bit this weekend, and then it'll get better. I will see you guys next week. Try to take care of yourselves due to this. I know it's confusing, but hopefully this silver lining is going to come out after this dark cloud has passed over us, and hopefully none of the European countries will try to take the U.S. over. All right. If nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. Peace, love, and hair grease. We out. See ya.